Thank you and welcome to the first ever episode of The Blood Runs Red. I am your host, Daunsy, and on this podcast we will cover a wide variety of world topics circulating about, whether the topic is known or obscure, whether it be political or social, conspiracy theories or confirmed things. And all of you are probably wondering, well, why I made this podcast. I mean, who am I? I'm some random dude near Virginia. So, the reason I made this is because I've been keeping up with the news recently. And they're pretty dishonest with a lot of what they do. It's misleading. It's sensationalized. It's written for the sake of a good story, and not for the sake of really good ideas. It's not written for the sake of properly informing the American people. It's written for the sake of wanting to get money. And what baffles me is that these are million-dollar companies with hundreds, if not thousands, of journalists at hand. They still manage to write such false stories. CNN. But you guys get the point. I mean, I'm able to say all this because I'm a small guy. And, so I'm here to just deliver a factual, logical take on different topics, not from a point of, well, I want this. I'm not going to present things with a bias. I'm going to present things with how they are. I'm going to look at the different perspectives and things like that and just give my honest opinion. And I feel like I have a interesting take on most things. And I have no reason to lie to people. I'm such a small guy. I make nothing from lying. I have no personal agenda to spread. But you'll get the point. But before we jump into any real world topics going about COVID, Trump, Black Lives Matters, ACAB, all cops are bad, things of that nature, I like to live by a quote whenever it comes to politics, social, political, whatnot. I disapprove of what you say, but I will defend to the death your right to say it. That right there is something I believe is very important. And I feel like it's the best expression of the First Amendment. Because nowadays, we live in a world where if you say something, it sets people off. Because we live in a society where people are very expressive. I mean, yelling and breaking and hitting people, taking property. People get so uncivil just because they don't think what you think. Just because you disagree with them. It's all very unnecessary. And people aren't mature enough to click off a video, skip, or hit the block button, or just ignore the person that they disagree with. But no, God forbid that. We have to break the world. We have to destroy our own cities. And something else I've noticed is a common statement of, oh, you can't say that. Well, according to who? The low-fat, mocha latte drinking pixie haircut liberal next door? And guys, don't worry, I'm not saying all liberals are like that. I'm not saying all liberals are those type of people that are like, oh, you can't say that. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm simply stereotyping for the sake of comedic value. I'm not stereotyping for the sake of truth. You have to know the difference. A lot of people think all stereotyping is bad. I'm stereotyping to make a point. I'm stereotyping to make a joke. That's it. Relax. Which, of course, there are things that you really just cannot say that are illegal. Like, for example, I cannot say, oh, there's a bomb in this theater, whenever there isn't a bomb. I cannot do that. I cannot incite legal behavior. I cannot go like, okay, go shoot that guy. No, I cannot say that. I cannot harass people. I cannot repeatedly slander or insult somebody. That's not right. I can't say, okay, you should go punch that guy because he's white. I can't say that. That's a hate crime. And I feel like a lot of people don't understand the difference between what you can say and free speech. Because just because you can't say something, we see a lot of people want to oppress that idea on social media specifically. Like, oh, they have an opinion that's controversial. Oh, cancel them. Cancel culture. They said something that we don't like. Cancel them. It's dumb. You see, you're turning into a Nazi. And I mean that. I know that's going to bother people whenever I say this. But that's what you are. That's what they did in Nazi Germany. Whenever people had disapproving opinions, well, looks like I'm going to have to send you off to a special workers camp. Oh, I'm going to burn your books. Oh, I'm going to tear down your homes. Oh, I'm going to destroy everything you love. That is the type of world that people are slowly turning America in. It's sad. But that's a topic for a different episode. Who knows? I'll name the episode America, the New Nazi Germany. Oh man, that's gonna bother some people. But back to freedom of speech. See, like a KKK member, I support their right to rally. I mean, that's just America. That's their right to do so. If they come up to me and call me the N-word, I mean, of course I'm going to be tempted to punch them in their face. Don't get me wrong. Heck, I may do it. But legally, they're in the right. They're in the right, because they're just talking. And they're using their freedom of speech. But I assaulted a person. Or let's say I want to destroy their property. I'm now destroying their property. Oh, I want to steal something. That's now theft. They're in the right. Because they're just using their freedom of speech. But if they say, oh, you're an N-word, and then they throw a punch because I'm a black male, then that's a hate crime. They're no longer legally right. Okay? Because no matter what people say in America, as long as it's not illegal, we have to support that. Because whenever we start to isolate groups of people for their speech, that gives them a reason to hate. That gives them a reason to uprise. That breaks down basic American values. People came here not to be persecuted. And I'm saying this as a black man. A KKK member, they can go rally if they want to. I'm not condoning what they do. I'm condoning their American right to do it. I believe if you're racist, you're ignorant, you're stupid, and you're uneducated, that you have no sense of perspective. But that is your American right. Go do that if you want to. And I feel like we're losing that in America nowadays. The right for people to just express how they feel, for the worry that they'll be shut down by 200 teenagers on Twitter. And really, once this podcast picks up, I'm pretty sure that's gonna happen to me. Oh man, because I'm gonna say some things that are gonna set people off. And in reality, I can be satisfied with that because at the end of the day, I know that I'm just expressing my First Amendment. So, I'm gonna go ahead and end the very first episode, Daunsy Cast. It was short, not so sweet, kind of sour. But I just wanted you guys to get a feel. And hopefully, you'll be back next time. Yeah. And if you feel like it, you can take a look at my Patreon, which from prices ranging from $2 a month, $5 a month, or $10 a month, you can have access, you can have early access to episodes, access to short, small topic episodes, which I would release throughout the week, whether I see a small little article and I feel like talking about it for a minute or two, For $5 a month, you'd have access in actually choosing the topics for the episodes that I upload, and you'll have access to Q&A episodes as well. And for $10 a month, you'd be able to help design merchandise, and you'd have first access to it, and you'd also be able to ask questions which are answered during normal podcast episodes, not just Q&A episodes. And you'll have access to all the episodes which I will delete over time, plus everything else in previous in the previous tiers. And if you don't feel like doing something monthly, then if you feel like it, I'm not here to beg, but if you feel like it, you can donate to me through PayPal. It just helps me, buy nicer equipment, buy nicer software to edit my videos, to upgrade my laptop so that I can produce at a higher quality for you guys. And, but make sure to subscribe. Make sure to remember to check back in a week, and hopefully you'll be here to listen to another episode of The Blood Runs Red. And wherever you are in the world, have a nice day, nice night, nice sleep maybe. If you're listening to me before you go to sleep, then I don't know why you would do that to yourself. But bye.